Hi guys, welcome back to my channel or to my channel. My name is Peggy here at Peggy Still Stitching. This is my very late Flosstober / Halloween stitching wrap up. So I was going to do like one video of what I'd done since my last update, but now it's obviously almost halfway through November. So I'm just going to do a parade of everything I touched during the month of October. So I'm going to jump straight in, and I am going to try, I haven't done this before, but to insert like pictures. So wish me luck. Give me some feedback down below if that's something that you prefer to my previous videos, but we'll just see. So I've got a tub just here, and my daughter's unicorn, which is annoying. All right, so I'm going to start with, this is the black pearl from the Witchy Stitcher. So I'll insert a picture potentially here of what it is meant to look like. And then I will show you a picture of what it looked like the last time you saw it. And then where I am up to now. So this is stitched on a piece of 18 count lavender flowers, lavender fields. Why is that light? I might just try and shut that window and see if it makes a difference. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna try again. Upside down. This is stitched on a piece of 18 count lavender fields from Patty Clean Designs, and since you saw it last, I came down and stitched over here. I did do some work up here, but off the top of my head I just can't quite remember where I was at. So yeah, this is this one. I really like this pattern. It's really easy to stitch. It's because it's one color, I can pull it out a lot. So, and this fabric's lovely. Like, I've got another finished piece on the back here. This is a Witchy Stitcher as well. I think these two will look really cool, like finished together on the same fabric. So that is that one. Okay. The next one I'm going to show you was a new start for Halloween. So it wasn't one that I'd previously started, like the Witchy Stitcher. And this one is called Even When, and it is in this year's Just Cross Stitch magazine, so 2024. And the creator of this pattern is Tracy Richards from Raw Iron Stitching. So this is where I was up to before. And this is where I'm at now. So yes, there's a little thread hanging over here. So that's it now. So this is stitched on a piece of 18 count koala from Fancy Fabrics Tasmania, or is it just Fancy Fabrics? I don't think she's dyeing anymore, but I've got a couple of these pieces, so a couple of pieces of fabric from her, so I will be using them. But yeah, so that's that one. I'm stitching this with the called for, I think it's 712 for the skull. I can't remember what the red is. And then instead of doing 310, I am using Classic Colorworks Fancy Floss in espresso. Let's have a look. I could have just lied. It could be coffee bean or black coffee, or yeah, black coffee. So that's it there. And I'm going to use that for the duration, the whole pattern, because there's obviously this one, and then there's the middle one, and then there's the girl. So yeah, it's hard to see that 712, but you can see it. It looks really nice. I'm really happy with how this is coming together, actually. It's really nice to stitch too. So there's that one. Okay, the next one, this was a new start. I'd had this pattern in my collection for so long. And then obviously this just gave me the little, you know, push I needed to be able to start it. So it's from Stitch Rovia. It's a little magic. So here's the pattern. I don't have a before photo, like, because I started it this, you know, this month. So I'll show you that. This one, I think I only did a stitching session on it once, so I don't have like an in-between update picture. This is it here. This is stitched on a piece of 18 count Aida from Color Cascade Fabrics, yes, and it is in Sorcerer. So it's navy, but it's just got a little bit of modeling. I did have this like kitted up already, but with just Weigart's Navy Aida, but I sort of just hadn't started it yet. And then I saw this on the website and I was like, I reckon this will be perfect. And it's really lovely. So hopefully I'll get some more work on that. But I'm about to do my, like what I'm stitching, what my plans are coming into Chrissy. So it probably won't get picked up till the new year now, if I'm completely honest. Okay, what else have we got here? Okay, this was a new start as well this month. This one I didn't have a start on in my last update, so this is a completely new start. This is done by the Stitch Crypt, and it is Baba Yaga's hut, and I'll include a photo of what it looks like. Now, I started this, I'm pretty sure this is actually 20 count. I normally stitch on 18 count, and then as I was going, I noticed that my stitches were like really fat. And so I've worked out that yes, this is a piece of 20 count, and I just didn't realize when I pulled it out. So this is it here. Now this was from Patty Clean Designs, and this was from a Misty sale. So there's like a slight bit of brown here, but I think with the pattern it'll actually look quite cool, and it won't matter too much. It's only a small pattern, so I will have some left over, but I don't know if you can see, like, hold on, I'll fold this a bit better. Like, the stitches look okay, they just look a bit chunky. It's not focusing, I think it's focusing on my face. What if we try that? Yeah, so I do really like it. I think it's looking really cool. I'm very happy with this fabric choice, and yeah, so that's that one. It's just this strip of light here that's really bothering me. It's making everything look a bit yellow, but yeah, I might have to rethink where I film in the future, to be honest. I started filming at the bookcase, but the bookcase does need a good tidy, and I'm sort of debating what I want to do with that. So I don't know. If you hate this setup, let me know, and I'll just try and work around it, and we'll see what happens. Okay, now this one was one that I had already started. So this is, what is it? The Enchanted Quaker from Luminous Fiber Art. So this is what it will look like. Now, I really, really like this pattern. I started it at JK's cross stitch retreat, and I started it with Adelaide. She's here on Flosstube. I'll link her down below. So Adelaide Stitches, and we're both doing purple, and we're both sort of stitching in purple, but they're both so different, which I think is just really cool. Because it's a monochromatic piece, you can sort of do what you want. And in some ways that might have slowed me down a little bit, because I want to make sure that like I'm using the accent color but not going overboard. So there's just a little bit of thought in it. So this is where I am up to. So I have done a lot of progress actually. So I think since you saw it last, I've done the bird. I finished the bottom of this. I've started the cauldron. I've done cauldron. I've just stitched these ones as well. So once I stitch this, there are two little like mini stars, and then the moon that goes in here. and then that will be a page finish. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I am stitching this on a piece of 18 count raw fabric from Paddock Lane Designs in lavender. So this is beautiful. I have now actually fully cut it off as well, so it will be pretty much the full length of this piece. So you can see, like, I am sort of, you know, almost halfway, but I'm not, like, because there's 3 pages. So anyway, but yeah, I'm very happy with how this is looking. I am stitching this with 2 variegated fancy flosses, and the more purpley one that you can see is Violet from Week Styleworks, and the brown, more consistent floss is Stepping Stone. So I'm very happy with how this is looking. I just want to stitch this all the time. I will say, like, because it's the raw, it is very stiff, and because I stitch in hand, I sort of do get a bit of crampage, and I feel like that's going to get worse as I move along because I'm holding so much fabric. This might be one I pull out a hoop for again and just see if that makes a difference, but I am very happy with how this is looking. I think this is so cool. But you know, it is November, so coming up to Christmas and things that I want to get finished, she will be put away as well. And I really, really like stitching on this, so I think I do really have to put it like back in the storage wall so I don't pick it up by default, because I've got a lot of things that I'd like to get finished before the end of the year, and that's, whilst I love that pattern, that's not one of them. So I just need to be a little bit more thoughtful about what I am picking up in the time that I do have. So what's next? Okay, yeah, so this one is called Boo Watch, and it is from Cotton Pixels. So this is a picture of it. I picked this up, I worked on it for about an hour. There's 100 stitches in it, and I haven't picked it up again. So I'll show you. This is what I stitched. So the top row, I finished the top row, so it does give you a good idea of how big it's going to be. This is stitched on a piece of 18 count fabric that was hand dyed by my friend Adelaide. We decided to call it an Adelaide special and call it Fairy Glen, because it's actually this really pretty green with like pink through it. But yeah, so that one there, and I don't know when I'll pull it out again, but you know, it is an easy, like, little quick stitch. It wouldn't actually take long to finish this. So I might pull it out on a time where, like, I've got no finishes coming up, so it's like a little boost again. But yeah, that's that one. I don't have a lot to say about that because I did 100 stitches and then I put it down, which is a bit, you know, but what do you do? All right, the next one. So I love this. This one is called, where are you? Spooky Greetings, and it is designed by Hannah Steele of Hannah Bridget Designs. This is a picture of it. I will put a picture of the last update, and this was a full finish. So this is it here. It's so cute. I really, really like this. This is really awesome. Like, once I got through the pumpkin, the words happen so quickly. I really like the spider webs and the spiders. Yeah, really, really happy with this. I did this on a piece of 18 count from Color Cascade Fabrics in Eggshell. And this is really lovely, and it's not very big. I'll try and fold it so you can sort of see, like, it's like as big as my face. But yeah, it's really, really lovely. I love the way they did the writing. Like, it wasn't hard, but it still looks fancy, and sometimes that's not the case. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with that one. I don't know what I will do with it. I think it'll just go in my finish bag, and maybe next Halloween I'll have like a full finished goal of some kind. So, because I'd like to have that up during Halloween. I am in Australia, so Halloween's not like massive, but the cross stitch community and having these kinds of designs. It's just a bit of fun, really. So yeah. All right, this next one was a new start. Oh, everything just fell off the bookcase. Okay, this next one was a new start, and I actually did quite a bit of work on it. I don't think I showed it last time, so I must have started it. This might be 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, but since I posted that mid one. But this is Lila Studios Nevermore. So there's a picture of it, and I am stitching this on the most beautiful piece of fabric. Like, this is just stunning. I'm really happy with how it's looking. I did a color conversion myself, and I was messaging one of the girls on Instagram that I met at the cross stitch retreat. She's a subscriber here. So, hey Linda. But I was messaging her, and I sent her a photo of like the sort of color palette I'd chosen. So this is a piece of 18 count Ada from, where are you from? Crafty Leanie. So this was a fabric of the month, and this is how stunning this piece of fabric is. I just thought that this pattern deserved a beautiful piece of fabric, and this fabric deserved a really cool pattern. So very, very happy with how that's looking. So I've come about halfway across, and then started with that big, like, this is a big motif. It's huge. So it looks really cool. I'm really happy with that, like greeny, bluey, whatever gray color that is. Yeah, so I think it's looking really cool. Sorry, I just realized that my daughter had been slowly increasing the sound of her iPad. So if you started to hear that previously, I'm sorry. I don't want to film all that again, just in case. I couldn't tell and I couldn't hear it, but if you did, that's why. I've now turned it down and shut the door, so she should be sweet. All right, let's keep going. So this last one, I've still got 1 or 2 more. So is the Cryptid Stitch Along from the Witchy Stitcher. So here's a picture of the full pattern. I love this. I've actually previously started this, and this was a restart. So this is where I had stitched before. Now I had a goal to have done more than what I have done, but you know, most well thought out plans, and it doesn't happen. So I've come down more this way, done this little section, and I've started the Mothman. I am stitching this on a piece of 18 count birch from Whoopsie Daisy, which is Daisy Chain Stitchery. So I've got a couple of pieces of this. This could be birch, and then the other, I'm sure this is birch. Anyway, I'll put details down below if it is different, but that's it there. When I started this last time, I actually came down. So my goal is to sort of get some of these, you know, some of the characters done, because the characters are the fun part. But it is quite a big pattern. So I don't want to get burnt out on just doing the border, but I want to do the border as I go down, so then I'm not stuck with just border, because that no one ever wants to do that. So yeah, this is a really nice piece of fabric. I'll open it out. So it's just got some modeling, but it's still pretty even. I think it'll look really cool on this. And then the piece that I pulled out for the Supernatural Cell is maybe just a little bit different, but very, very similar. So they will look like really cool together. But obviously I've only started the top corner in this one. So that is, you know, that is future me. That is me thinking well outside of my current state of stitching for that one. Okay, so this is the last one. So this is the Sugar Skull from Artist Alley. What's it called? Floral Sugar Skull from Artist Alley. This is a photo of it here. I really love this. This particular pattern though, it is full coverage and it is quite detailed. So it looks stunning. So this is where I was up to before the Halloween month. So there's so much detail, and there's so many like stitches now where it's just 1 or 2 little stitches in that. And the confetti is quite heavy. So I've now learned, like I did start this quite some time ago, I've now learned that this is just not the kind of stitching I enjoy. So I like the Quakers, I like the, you know, bulk color type stitching. This heavy sort of full coverage is not for me. So I guess that sort of gives me, you know, I won't be someone that stitches Hades, and I'm okay with that. There's a whole group of people that do, and I am just not that person. So I don't think I've stitched this since the last update, but I thought I'd show you anyway. It is looking really cool. It's absolutely beautiful. I think I've got a couple of stray stitches left in the pumpkin, and it's done. This flower's done. This is done till like down here. Yeah, it's really, really pretty, and I really do want to have this finished. I'm thinking that once I do this, I go down to the bulk of the skull, because it is going to be more boring. It's all beiges and whites and greys to do the skull, and it looks like there's going to be quite a lot of confetti there. But if I do that, that'll give me some sort of like, I know when I come across here that I have the rest of the flower to do and some more reds and oranges. So maybe I just do that bulk of the skull and go from there. But yeah, this is stitched on a piece of 18 count Confederate grey, just a Zweigart Ada. And yeah, I think it's really pretty. All right. So that is all the stitching I did in Flosstober/October, everything that was aimed at Halloween. So a lot of my pieces did get a lot of progress. And some of my new starts I actually like just focused on. It's really interesting how we do that as stitches. We do a new start and you get so much progress on it that you could have finished one that you'd had already, but it's not the same feeling and you don't get that same like happiness. But anyway, I am going to leave it here. This was my Flosstober wrap up. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you've started any of these, you're stitching any of these. And yeah, let's get chatting in the comment section. All right, guys, thank you. Bye.